Joining me now, co-host of The Five, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Kimberly, great to see you.
Great to be with you, Lou.
Let's start with the speech today by our president, compared favorably to Reagan, 1987.
I would say compared accurately to Reagan in 1987. And even some of the president's biggest detractors were loath to even try to find something to criticize him on today. I think it was very well received. He's really, I think, coming into his own and hitting his stride. I was proud that he was our president today in the way that he spoke and the way that he addressed, obviously, not only this country, but the international audience that was listening.
I have to say, because I tend to be a little less than impartial on these things, but...
Oh, Lou, say it isn't so.
This left-wing media gaggle of critics trying to find something to say, almost begging the president to, at every stop and every way, say, I don't like Vladimir Putin, I hate Russia, and, who knows. They just keep going on as if it's a campaign instead of governance. They really do not rise to the level of this president, and they continue to shortchange him.
They certainly do, and I think we're just, I'm sad to say, probably going to have to get used to it because they cannot overcome themselves and their petty emotions and the fact of the matter that they lost the election. They would like to relitigate this over and over again, and anything they can do to delegitimize not only Donald Trump, but the office of the presidency of the United States. It's really unbelievable because who are they rooting for? Like, whose team are they on? And so they think that if he makes some words... Right, denouncing Putin, they're going to feel better? I don't think so. They wouldn't even give him credit for that.
When we look back on 8 years of Obama, it wasn't 8 years of support of American values and traditions and interests. No. It was usually the inverse. And so we shouldn't be surprised by the conduct of those who supported him for 8 years.
Well, the problem is he missed the memo, because he still thinks he's president of the United States, and he's running around, happens to be in the right place at the right time, wherever President Trump is going to be, to try to undermine his presidency, his policies, and interfere. It's really unbelievable. Like, we've had enough already. He had his 8 years, and it's over now.
We pointed out here tonight that this is a president being followed by his predecessor, who is shadowing him, mirroring his appearance with world leaders. It is sick what he's doing. It really is.
Well, it's just really buttressing the idea that there is a deep state actively working to undermine Donald Trump and his authority and his administration. And quite overtly, we see the last American president going around, like on a tour essentially, being an obstructionist himself, and it's not helpful. You didn't see 41 or 43 doing that. The Bushes didn't behave this way.
You haven't seen any president doing anything close to this. But there is sort of a bookend. President Obama beginning his presidency with a world apology tour, and now he's got what I'd call a Me Too tour, wanting to go around and follow President Trump in his wake wherever he goes. It's just silly beyond comprehension.
Well, it really is. And look at all the time that President Trump and his administration have to spend undoing the 8 years of damage and overreaching by President Obama and his team. Honest to God. I mean, we have to get all of that done before that he can start moving forward on some of his important policies that he was elected very strongly by the working men and women across this country to get it done.
And he will.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning's meeting with Putin, what do you expect? He's already said that Putin has to stop destabilizing countries around the world. What do you expect tomorrow?
I think that President Trump doesn't suffer fools and that he's going to go in there. He's going to be strong. I think that's what Vladimir Putin expects. I think that the president is going to exceed expectations in this meeting, and I think we're going to be better off for it. I'm glad that he's going to speak with him, sit down, go over these things face to face, get it done. I think that's what's warranted. And we see every time that President Trump has had the opportunity, he's very good at these relationships, interpersonal relationships, sitting down with whether it was the president of China or all the world leaders that he's been able to come across. It's been very favorable. And that's what we need, someone who isn't afraid to lead, that's not like cowering, hiding in the shadows and worried about, clouds and climate change.
Did you have anybody in mind when you were describing them?
I know, I'm subtle, right?
The little fellow trailing him around right
Trailing him, yeah.
Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Me and my shadow,
Thank you very much. And the 5.
9 o'clock.
9, join her.
FNC.
It's just you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Me and a few of my friends.
There you go. Kimberly Guilfoyle, thank you.
Thank you, Lou.